Hello and welcome to the new Coach Judy Live Talk Show, a show that is about offering you practical tips to help you achieve professional and personal success from A to Z, whether it's parenting, whether it's protection, or whether it is how to grow and build your business. That's what our show is about, because we like everybody being able to listen to the Coach Judy Live Talk Show. And we are a show that cares about you. This show is also a fundraiser for an organization that's been honored locally and nationally, that has touched and changed the lives of millions of single parents and their children through the various newspaper articles and media exposure that we've had since 1992. And what's really great is that we are with a station that provides the potential of 11 million people listening to our show, and that doesn't count those who we as guests promote the show to. So if you want to be a part of the Coach Judy Live Talk Show, whose goal is to achieve professional and personal success for our listeners, and if you're a listener and you want to reach out and touch and look and meet with one of our guests, please go to CoachJudy.info, which is also linked to National Single Parent Resource Centers, which is the name of the organization, and their website is nationalsingleparent.org, as we already have a list of resources for you to go to when we did our show a couple years ago. And we are now expanding and going to be having some exciting things. And I want to just share with you that the National Single Parent Resource Center really cares about helping families in dealing with family court, working in the best interest of the children, as well as trying to reduce abuse. And if you'd like to make a donation, please go to nationalsingleparent.org, click on the PayPal, and make a donation, whether it's $1, $100, $500. We are looking for your support. So please consider making it a donation, because you will touch the lives by making a donation. And if you are a business and you want to become a guest, advertiser, or sponsor, I'm going to give you our phone number. It is 561-441-8557, or email us at CoachJudyLive@gmail.com. Now, you can't make it much easier than in contacting us, because we are here, and please know we really do care about you. And I'm excited about my guests that we have on today, because it's really about protection, security for families, for businesses, as well as a subject that we don't like to talk about, but we really need to, because our gentleman is going to tell you how you could potentially save between 60 to 70% on the program that you need to take advantage of for the final days of life. It's a reality. It is something that we all have to deal with, but we all want to put it off until it's almost too late. So I am really pleased to welcome my first guest, Stephen Guerrera. He helps people lessen the burden to your loved ones when the finality comes, and he does it from the heart. And I can say personally, he does have a big heart. So, Steve, welcome to the Coach Judy Live Talk Show that's about offering practical tips to help you achieve professional and personal success.
First, Judy, I want to thank you for having me on the show so that we can help our listeners really, really save money when they can do it ahead of time. Thank you.
You're welcome. Well, tell us in a strong voice, okay, what do you mean by lessen the burden to your loved ones? And how does that impact when it comes to the funeral expenses? Because I know that that is a scary time that nobody wants to deal with, as I said before. But you deal with it in a way that makes it simple and easy for people to deal with it and to protect them and their loved ones from unnecessary expenses. So please share with our listeners what it's about when it comes to funeral expenses.
Yes, we provide a simple service to our clients so that they can actually save when they purchase the program, and then later when they have to call funeral homes, we do it for them so that they don't get taken at that time. A lot of times people are really nervous and don't know what to say and what the prices should be, and that's the part that we do at the very end, saving them a lot more money still at the end.
Well, I asked you a question. It really surprised me, but I want to say that people need to realize every business has loopholes where they can really make extra money. So can you share what areas that people need to be double-checking when it comes to spending money for the funeral and the final expenses?
One big area, which is about 60% of the cost, is really on the merchandise, and that's where we really shine brightly, where we save our clients anywhere from 60 to 70%, and we lock in the prices of those 3 items.
And what are those 3 items?
A big expense is the casket, the vault, which is where the casket goes into, and the last item is the monument, the gravestone.
All right. Now, what about somebody who just they're going to be cremated. They've done nothing in taking care of the expenses except they do have a place, the crypt that they will be put in.
Well, when it comes to cremation, it's a lot cheaper to do and simpler, but we can still save them a lot of money in that area and make the actual experience, less burden for the family members later.
Well, how do you make it easier and for less money? Can you give us a specific example for our listeners, because we don't have much time?
Well, we have a lot of relationship with funeral homes, and because we pay quickly to the funeral home and we're talking just like with somebody with experience, we don't seem nervous over the phone when we're talking to them. We're bringing clients to them all the time, so they give us a huge discount, and we pass that on to our clients.
Oh, okay. So the people need to really speak to you to get that savings is really what is somewhat unique about going to somebody like yourself versus doing it on your own.
That's correct.
Now, I got to ask you, how do people then also obtain funds if they have very little income to even take care of it? And then also, what do you find are your demographics of customers or clients that come to you?
Well, we're in 44 states, so we pretty much help all the states.
All right, but what about you? Because I know you're down here in West Palm Beach, Florida. So what do you think?
I'm in Florida, but we can also take care of some people over the Internet.
All right, so you're not limited to just the Florida area or your location. You can do this nationally yourself.
Just about.
That's fantastic, because that's what this is all about. Our show and what we're doing is how to make things simple and taking advantage of the Internet, as well as how you need to be careful when it comes to the Internet and what can happen. Please tell our listeners how they can reach you.
I can be reached at my direct line, which is 561-389-5019. I'll repeat that again for those that didn't catch it. 561-389-5019, or you can also email me at StephenG.lifeinsurance@gmail.com. I'll spell that out. S as in Sam, T as in Tom, E as in Edward, V as in Victor, E as in Edward, N as in Nancy, G as in Great, L as in Life, I as in Indian, F as in Frank, E as in Edward, insurance@gmail.com.
And I also want to let our listeners know, if you didn't get that, don't worry, because Stephen will be up on our website at CoachJudy.info, and there you can get his name, his phone number, his location, his email address, and make it simple and easy for anybody in the United States to contact Stephen and get the help and to save the 60-70% on the final expenses, a topic that I know I personally and many other people don't want to look and deal with, but realize when you get into your 50s and 60s, it's something that we really have to do if we care about our loved ones and want to save them the money that they may have to pay or be basically cremated and just thrown into the ocean and keep it simple. And then there's nothing for families to come to if they want to see or share with that family member. Stephen, thank you so much for coming in and sharing and talking on a touchy subject that's not easy to talk about or hear about for most people. And I think it's great that you're also helping to protect the families and saving them money, and that you are also saving or potentially can save them 60 to 70% on their final expenses that we all must face, because as life begins, life does end. So thank you so much for calling in. And again, have a super day, and thank you so much for this valuable information.
And thanks to you too, Judy. Appreciate it.
You're welcome. Thank you. Well, you heard it. We told you we're about practical tips. We just gave you a couple practical tips for a subject matter that is not easy, which is the final expenses, because when there's life, there's an ending. And now I'd like to let you know that the National Single Parent Resource Center actually is part of the Coach Judy Live talk show in the manner that it receives the benefits of those who want to become advertisers, sponsors, or a one-time guest with the show. The National Single Parent Resources mission is to empower single-parent families, not just the parents, but the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, to understand the issues better of what it means to work in the best interest of the children, because they too impact the children if they don't care for the spouse or the parent if they've never married, and then they could do it injustice to the children because they will talk about the parent and the children pick up because their ears, I tell you, are very tuned into what you are saying. And if they have negative things or hear negative things, that goes into their thought process. And one never knows how that is going to come about in the children's behavior as young children with their schoolwork, into their anger that it can be destructive, into the drugs, the criminal system, which we as taxpayers pay, as well as the changed parents and the children's health, where they get sicker. And often if they have a mental health issue, it can really come out if they're very angry. And we as insurance payers, we pay for that, because if they don't have insurance, they go to the hospital, they don't have the money, so our insurance premiums are paying for it. And I'm sharing this with you so it helps you understand. If you say, oh, I'm not a single parent, it has nothing to do with me, believe me, it does. You are touched by single-parent families that don't work together in the best interest of the children, because the fallout comes through our tax dollars and insurance premiums, including our liabilities because of damage. So please consider donating to the National Single Parent Resource Center. Our website is nationalsingleparent.org. And we have PayPal, so you can make it $1, $10, whatever you want. And as a matter of fact, with our next guest, we're going to share with you about a fantastic product that will help you with your computers, whether it's in business or for your family, and in turn, you're going to help us empower the families that deal with single-parent issues, as well as those who come in contact with the single parents, because our goal is to put it on a local and national level, community workshops for people to come and learn and understand what it is to work in the best interest of the children. And if you don't believe in that, let me tell you, you need to, because there's so much to it, because, again, we are touched by it. I want to now welcome my next guest, Wendy Richards. For the business people who are listening, please know LinkedIn is a phenomenal site for connecting in business. Because of that, we have our next guest, Wendy Richards. And she came to me about a fundraiser opportunity. And I said, you know, I really like this product because I don't know of anybody who has it. And we're about protection. We're about security for families. And also we're able to add for businesses, because we're also building a business resource directory for anyone to go to. So if you need a resource, all you have to go to is coachjudy.info or nationalsingleparent.org, and you'll see our former resources that are still there that you can contact, as well as our new resources that are coming on. So again, keep us tuned on, because we've got something really exciting to tell you. And if you care about your children and you care about what happens to them, and what people can do if they prey on them, please listen to Wendy Richards. So I'd like to welcome Wendy Richards of Jacksonville, Florida. Welcome.
Hello, Judy. Thanks for having me on today.
Well, it's great. I have to compliment you. You really are a mindset that I look for in working with people, with the organization, and partnerships, and making a difference. Your values in the values that we have. And I just want to say, I'm going to put it out there, that because of what you shared with me today in our conversations, one of our goals is to create a resource directory advisory council. And I'd like you to give some thought if you might be interested in coming on board with that. And you don't have to be a single parent to be on or be a part of the Coach Judy Live or the National Single Parent Resource Center, because I know personally you've been touched by it and you gave back to help a single parent. And you represent what more families should be doing to help single parents. So I just wanted to throw that out real quick, as we only have limited time. But please.
Thank you. I'll definitely consider that. That was a very kind invitation.
Well, I look and hear what people are saying, and as I get to know them, I see, well, are they somebody I want to have them be a part in a greater way with the organization, because we're looking for quality people and integrity people to be in a leadership role with the National Single Parent Resource Center. But please note, listeners, this show is not on single parents. It's about on all subject matter. So if you got a business, you want to be on the show too. So Wendy, please share with our listeners what it is that you're doing and how your efforts is going to benefit children and families as well as businesses with the National Single Parent Resource Center.
Sure, I'd love to. Well, we have developed a solution for all of us parents out there who have children that like to be online, which is pretty much all of us now. There are so many issues out there that we need to really look out for. And, you know, as parents, we all teach our kids to wear their seatbelt and put on a helmet if you're on a bicycle, look both ways before crossing the street. But there are so many things that are not being done to protect our kids online, and there are a lot of great solutions out there that are available for families to utilize at no cost. And I wanted to pool these solutions and make them aware.
So basically, what did you actually create that we are selling right now for $34.99 for people who are interested? Can you share the product itself?
Sure. The solution itself is a culmination of three things. It's suggestions for safe computing to make you aware of things like how the webcam can be so dangerous in your home and nefariously used without your knowledge, about mobile apps, so many different topics, and then a variety of solutions, but also educating you about what those issues are, like internet filters, not just here's some solutions, but what is an internet filter? So it's very educational as well as providing solutions. And then we also provide a variety of other useful online resources for parents to utilize. For example, if you have a child that's dealing with cyberbullying, we have a resource specific to that that you can go to the site and learn more about how to deal with cyberbullying. And so it covers so many issues. We could talk for hours, Judy, on this radio show and never cover all the issues. And that's why I really wanted to put it together into something that people could look through in their time, go to the topics that are touching them in that moment or affecting their children in the different age ranges, from toddlers to elementary and high school and then young adults. So it's just a full resource of knowledge and solutions for parents.
Oh, that's fantastic, because there is so much cyberbullying and kids are killing themselves, and people really need to know and be aware and what they can do. So this is great. Now, also, you have actually with this program a card where it's set up so you can put it into the computer and then takes you to the different sites to read and then download to have really protected beyond what they have out there that people would not know about. Is that true?
Right. We provide it in an electronic format so parents can read through the information, but it's also chock full of hyperlinks so that you can just double-click and go right to the source of the solution, right to the source of the online resource. It's like a directory that dials the phone for you for the internet. So it has so much more than just the content of the word inside. Just a great resource to take you to all kinds of other additional resources and beneficial solutions that are out there.
All right. Now, I also understand that you have it for the businesses so that businesses can also purchase one that is different than one for families.
Right. Yes, we have a family version and a business version. Actually, even just today, I mean, we're all hearing about companies being hacked. Just today, it was announced that UPS was hacked, a number of their stores, and it's estimated to have affected about 100,000 of UPS customers, which is both individuals, personal individuals, as well as other companies. So it impacts everybody. But
I guess you one quick question. So it's not just the small business that should have this, but the large businesses and corporations should also have the business electronic card for their online privacy and protecting their customers as well as their own information.
Well, the company I come from is an IT security systems integration company, and so we're aware of so many different solutions out there, and frankly, my job is to research and find new solutions and pool this information. And so many businesses, they either don't have an IT department to do this for them, or their IT department is so focused on other issues that it's hard to cover all the bases. So there's a lot of information that they'll find useful as well, beneficial things that can provide additional discounts for them, and a whole variety of information.
Well, see, and that sounds great because I just see doctors, and my thought right away is, has your IT department really properly taken care of your security with all the patient's information? And I see that as a great avenue, but also I want to let people know that we are using as an ongoing fundraiser this card, this electronic format card, so that you can protect yourself, help us protect the children by having the funds and the means to provide the programs and additional resources that the families need as well as the businesses, correct?
Yes, definitely.
Okay, we're running out of time, so is there one practical or two practical tip for parents that you want them to remember when they hear the show that they won't forget?
Well, I think the number one thing is parents oftentimes don't know when kids are getting in trouble online, whether it's that young kids that were exposed to internet porn, which almost the majority of children have seen internet porn by the age of 11, but most parents aren't even aware of it, or whether they're being exploited or harassed. A real frightening statistic is 1 in 5 children between the ages of 10 and 17 have been solicited online for sex. And that's really, our children are oversharing so much information on social media. You need to be aware, and you need to teach your kids that just because they friend someone doesn't mean it's their friend. And really, you need to stick to the people you know.
Well, Wendy, I want to thank you so much for sharing that and stressing what kids are seeing and at the age. And it's like, as a parent and wanting to work in the best interest of the children, this would be one of the things that we would have to add really about working in the best interest of the children, is protecting them online.
Absolutely.
Well, I want to thank you, and I want to thank on behalf of the National Single Parent Resource Center, which is the residual benefit of the Coach Judy Live talk show, that we are selling it. You can go to PayPal and order your card now, whether you have a business or you're a family or even single person who wants to protect your computers and your private information and the security that's really needed. Please go to our website at nationalsingleparent.org. Right now, for the next 2 weeks, we are doing it for $34.95 as it includes the shipping and handling, and we will go up as PayPal. As you know, they do take a percentage, and we want to really help our parents. So now is the time to order the card at $34.99 at nationalsingleparent.org. Go to where it says donation and make your donation, and then let us know that this is for the card. And I'll know because it's $34.95. It's also for the card. And we are also looking for volunteers. We are looking for experienced salespeople to help us sell the advertising and the sponsorships for the Coach Judy Live talk show that you are listening to, which is about offering practical tips and information to help you achieve professional and personal success, as well as making a difference in the lives of single-parent families and the children who carry the burden of how we are as parents, as grandparents, as aunts and uncles, especially if we don't care for the other parent. Thank you so much for listening. I would like you to know that will be up on YouTube, so you can check us out on YouTube. And if you want to be a part of the show, please call 561-441-8557 or email me at coachjudylive@gmail.com are the best ways to reach us. And check out the resources and shows that we've done in the past and get the information you need so you can achieve your goals and have the success that you want through the Coach Judy Live talk show. Again, thank you so much, and we'll talk to you soon. Thank you. Bye.